Welcome back, baseball fans. Summer 69-72 Carryover League. We are in the final National League Series to determine wild card qualifiers. Let's take a look at the third round elimination schedule here. When we look at this, we have played Portland and Houston. Portland unfortunately lost 2 straight to the Stros. They are eliminated with a 21-21 record. Houston advances at 21-17. That puts them currently in a tie with the Astros, same identical record. Looking at the 5 and 6 seeds from this great division, the National League West. However, the Giants are in the need to win either the first or second game. Really, they don't want to lose the first two, and they can lose the first two when you look at this here. So this is the math here. Philadelphia and San Francisco are playing here in 3-game elimination, with the Giants 2 full games ahead of the Phillies. Think of it as a 2-game series where Philadelphia has to win the first 2 to force a Game 3 tiebreaker. So the Phillies need to win all 3 of these games. If they lose once, record indicates the Giants advance. And if you're complaining about the Phillies' long chances, blame it on the Phillies. They're glad to be here with a 19-19 record. So if they win 3 games, they'd be 22-19. And the Giants would be 21-20. And they'd be nipped by a whisker. Everybody else is at 500 or below. As far as, you got the Portland team is at 500. You get the idea. So, tonight, something special for you folks. Nothing to review. It's game 1. It's the first game of the series because this is an elimination game. So the Phillies land in San Francisco, and on the mound, they will send Grant Jackson and the Giants, the well-rested Giants. Who else, of course, to start a series but Juan Marichal. If you're thinking David versus Goliath, you got it. However, I would remind David fans, you do have Greg Luzinski, Darren Johnson, and Dick Allen, some big boppers there. So, let's get started. Tony Taylor will lead it off for the Phillies. 6-10, bounces to third. Jim Hart at third base is not good. He's a 40-37, but he makes the play. Johnny Callison, 68, pops to second. And Greg Luzinski, 412, flies to left. Bobby Bonds, 42, flies to right. Ron Hunt, 68, single to one, line out. Willie McCovey, 54, skies the center field. Top of 2, Darren Johnson, 43, bounces to first. McCovey's a 2-11 at first base, makes the play. Dick Allen, 64, catcher's card. Dick Deeks, a 3 catcher, makes the play. And Tim McCarver, 39, bounce to first. Bottom of 2, Dick Dietz, 67, base hit. Ken Henderson, 49, second C. Runner goes to second for Willie Mays. The Say Hey Kid walks. 2 on with 1 out for Jose Herrera, one of the free agent additions. Bench player, role player. 67 is a single to right field off the Grant Jackson card. Dietz, however, will hold up there. With the bases loaded and 1 out, early in the game, I think the Phillies will do it. They're going to bring the infield up. I know it's a little early to do something like that with the bases loaded. I'd like to do it first and third, but they're going to bring it up with the bases loaded for Chris Spire. 49. Well, they get the force out of the play because they brought the infield up. So, these 3 guys are on with 2 outs for Jim Hart. 2-8, Jim Hart bounces to short, and it worked perfectly. The Phillies strand those runners. Everything about the Phillies is desperation here, so it's not a bad gig. Kurt Flood, 47, base hit for Flood. Now, the bottom portion, the speedy half of the Phillies likes to hit and run. Allen, McCarver, Flood, Boa, and Doyle. So let's get started with that. Boa will hit and run here. And he gets the hit and run single. That's how the Phillies are going to try and win this thing. Denny Doyle, runners on the corners. They'll play back and hold because it's early. 46 off Marichel's a single to right. Now Boa wants to try and get to third base if he can. He's a 16 runner, but you got Bonds, so no thanks. First and second for Tony Taylor. 66. Sky's the center. Johnny Callison, 39. Another single to center field. You got Willie Mays against Boa. -3 arm, and Boa has to hold at third. Man, the Giants can throw the ball. They got a 1-4 E2 in right, a 2-3 E10 in center. And Ken Henderson, who's actually a center fielder, is forced into left field, where he's a 2-2 E12. They basically have 3 center fielders, all in the outfield. Playing back, 1 out, it'll be Greg Luzinski. 2-4, center be question mark. Boa can tag up, though. It'll be risky. It would be 1-15 to tag up, so he's going to try it. And he's thrown out on an 18 by the Say Hey Kid. And the Phillies' big threat turns into a 9-9-2 double play. They get 4 singles and 1 run in the third. That could cost them. All right, Bobby Bonds. 310 is a walk. He's a single A stealer. McCarver has a +2 arm. But you got Ron Hunt, an on-base machine, and McCovey. Yeah, whatever. Ron Hunt. 1-7, there you go. Double 1-7 is a single ... Runners on the corners for Willie McCovey. 58 is a K. Runners on the corners for Dick Dietz. 2-7. Let's take a look at the Dick Dietz card. Oh my. Oh my. Yeah, the Giants. Yeah. You're not going to hold this team down very long. 300. 109 walks, 22 home runs in 1970. Got 1 more year left after this one with this card. 2-7's a double to center. Ron Hunt will not challenge the flood arm. Second and third, 1 out. 1-1 tie, Ken Henderson. They're going to bring it up again with second and third. Ken Henderson, 34 short. Runners hold. Bringing the runner infield up has worked twice now without any problems. And it's Willie Mays. 111 flies to right field. Hold on for a second, and he hurts himself. Well, that could be interesting. Willie Mays is gone. He injures himself. So Ken Henderson will neatly just roll over to center field. And we need to find ourselves a left fielder, do we not? Let's see. Well, Jose Herrera can play left field, as can Jim Hart. And on the bench, Tito Fuentes cannot. Well, you can put Tito Fuentes in that spot, put him at third base, and move the third base, or move Jose Herrera to left field and move Jim Hart to DH. So that's what they'll do. I use the DH as a substitution spot. That's not how the rule applies, but when you have 20-man rosters, you have to utilize it that way instead of 25-man rosters. And, of course, it's in the National League anyway. The DH is universal, so that's why I do that. So it's 1-1 in the fourth. Darren Johnson, 1-8 K. Dick Allen, 1-7. Let's take a look at Dick Allen's card. He's having a fantastic year. Dark horse MVP candidate on a mediocre team. But if they get into the playoffs, you got to consider him to be a contender there. Homer 1-2 double will be a 2-base hit. Tim McCarver, 211, lines of first. And Kurt Flood, 33, pops to short. We go to the bottom of the fourth. It'll be Jose Herrera, 48, Sky's the center. Chris Spire, 48, the same thing. Jim Hart, 112, pops to second. We go to the fourth. It'll be Larry Boa, 1-6, Sky's the center. Denny Doyle, 69, Sky's the center. A lot of skying to center going on. And with 2 outs, Tony Taylor, base hit. 2 outs, Johnny Callison, 6'10", bouncer to third X, new third baseman. Fuentes, there's a 3 at third base, and he's over. So, we go to the middle of the fifth of a 1-1 game. Let's pause a moment for station identification.
This is the Shrimp Trawler video channel. Este es el canal de videos de camaroneros.
Okay, bottom of 5. Bobby Bonds will lead it off. 67. Base hit to right field. Ace stealer, Ron Hunt. 2-7 is a walk. 2 on, nobody out. McCovey, Dietz, Henderson, and Fuentes, not Mays. Here is Willie McCovey. 45 off Grant Jackson, his second C. Well, they're going to bring that infield up because it just seems to work all the time to prevent runs from scoring. So Dick Dietz with runners at second and third and 1 out. 1-7's ball 4. We're running out of bases here, folks. The Giants have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 men on thus far. Have scored just once. Ken Henderson. Now they're going to play it back because they want a 5-4-3 double play here. They want the double play, so they'll play it back with the bases loaded and 1 out. The pitch to Ken Henderson. 2-6. Let's take a look at Ken's card. Nice year for Ken in 1970. 294 with 17 home runs, 35 doubles, 87 walks. And the third best defensive center fielder on his own team, which is pretty remarkable. But 2-6 is a base hit in the center field. That scores Bonds. Hunt will not run here. Bases loaded, 1 out for Fuentes. They're going to bring the infield up now. There's a bunch of ground ball Bs on this card. The pitch to Tito Fuentes. 59 off of Grant Jackson, second X. But Denny Doyle's tricky. He's not the greatest second baseman. He's a 3E30 at second base. And he gets to force out the plate anyway with the infield up. And it'll be runners, bases will still be loaded now with 2 outs. You got Dietz at third, Henderson at second, and Fuentes at first for Jose Herrera. The pitch to Jose, 6-10 off of Jackson, short X, but you got Boa, a 1E10. And he makes the play, and you're seeing the Phillies frustrate the Giants mightily here through 5 innings. It's a 2-1 game. The Giants have stranded a bunch of runners. The Phillies have used some singles to hit and run and get a run scored, and we have a 1-run game. So right now, David is showing a Goliath everything, you know, and all that kind of stuff. All right, enough of that. Let's go to the 6th. It'll be down a run. Greg Luzinski, Darren Johnson, and Dick Allen against Juan Marichal. Luzinski, 66. This is a sky to center. Darren Johnson, 310, flies left. And Dick Allen, 37 is a K. Well, we'll see the big 3 at least one more time in this game. Grant Jackson, bottom of the 6th. He's put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's put 10 men on. Only 2 have scored. He's battling. If you're wondering about Steve Carlton, he just pitched for the Phillies in their last series. So he's only available if there's a game 3. So, but they would be favored if we get to a game 3. And the Giants would be in real big trouble. 2-1, bottom of the 6th. Chris Spire, 35's a walk. Jim Hart, 68, single to 1, line out. Bobby Bonds, 112 is a 6-4-3 double play. Grant Jackson gets out of another one. He's only retired the side in order 1 time in this game, but it's a 2-1 game, and the fans in San Francisco are kind of perturbed here. They expected this to be a rout with Marichal on the slab. We go to the 7th. You got McCarver, Flood, Boa, and Doyle. If one of these cats gets on base, you'll probably see a hit and run or a stolen base or some silliness like that. Tim McCarver, 36, skies are right. Kurt Flood, 5-10, struck him out, and with 2 outs, it's Boa. 111 is hit by the pitch, so he will steal a base, and he's out on a 17. So finally, the Giants slam the door on that racetrack known as the Philadelphia Phillies. Stretch time here in San Francisco. Very briskly moving game. We've been listening to There's a Riot Going On by Sly and the Family Stone, 1971. Great LP. Let's get to the bottom of the 7th. Grant Jackson has battled and frustrated the Giants. He's been putting guys on with walks instead of letting them crush the ball, and etc., etc. Ron Hunt leads off in the 7th. 37, guess what? He's hit by the pitch. So you want to see? Sure you do. Here's the Ron Hunt card of 1971 when he got hit by pitch 50 times. And so that's what it looks like. And he just got nailed. And he's a D stealer. Runner at first, nobody out for Willie McCovey. 110. Let's take a look at Willie McCovey's card. My goodness, this is the last year we get to use this card. So Giants, memo, let's get this guy a ring, or at least get to the World Series or the League Championship Series. Let him go out with this card. He'll keep playing, but he'll never be this great again. My goodness, magnificent year. 121 walks, 45 homers, and a 320 average. And he hits lefties better than righties. 110 is a single to left. Hunt will hold at second. Grant Jackson. We're going to run this guy out as long as we can. He has proven he can put guys on base and get out of the inning. So it'll be Dick Dietz, who had the big RBI double earlier. 2-7 and the same thing. There's one problem for Grant, and that is the number 4 hitter for the San Francisco Giants, Dick Dietz, with a double to center field. Willie McCovey will hold at third. And now there's a riot going on. There's a problem going on. Jackson is a starter 8. He's only given up 3 runs. And you have some switch hitters up. If I knew there was a reliever who excelled at getting the opposite side out. I think I got Bill Wilson, do I not? Let's do it. They're going to hook Grant Jackson, fearing the worst, fearing that he's gotten off the hook enough in this game that eventually it's going to catch up to him. So when you see a guy pitch 6 innings and put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then 12, 13, 14 men on base, most of the time he's coming out. So I'll take him out after 6 and 3 batters. But you'll like this guy, folks. Bill Wilson will come on in the 7th. He gets those lefties out, and we got a couple switch hitters coming up here. Henderson, Fuentes, and Herrera. So, in the 7th, 2nd and 3rd, nobody out. Ken Henderson. I'll play back here, hoping for a strikeout. The pitch to Ken Anderson, 43, left X. Oh boy. Oh boy. This is Greg Luzinski, a 40-13 in left field, and that'll be a 2-run single off the defense of Luzinski. And looks like the writing's on the wall now, folks. 5-1 with Marichal on the mound for the Giants. It'll be Tito Fuentes, 52, pops to second. Jose Herrera, 2-6, flies left. And with 2 outs, Chris Spire, 67's a K. Well, if it wasn't for that fielding mishap by Luzinski, the Phillies would feel a lot better about this. But they're down 4, and they have 6 outs left. Marichal's a starter 9. You're going to have to beat him, period. That's it. They're not going to go to the pen unless you break him in the 9th. So here it is, Denny Doyle, 47, single 1 of 5, doesn't get it, rolls a 12. Tony Taylor, 37 is a K. Johnny Callison, 6'10", bouncer to third. This is Tito Fuentes now, a 3 at third base, E37, but he boots it. One more try of Murderer's Row here. Luzinski, Johnson, and Allen. They all hit home runs, we're tied. Greg Luzinski, 1-9 is a base at the center. And you got 2 on for Darren Johnson. Let's take a look at Darren's card. He hit 34 of them in 1971. Pitch to Darren Johnson, 5-11 off of Marichal, bounces to second. This is Hunt. He's a 3-E19 at second base, and he makes the play. Writing is on the wall here in San Fran. The Phillies a bit overmatched, but they're just glad to be here. They probably lost 100 games a couple times in this era, and the fact that they're playing for a playoff spot's a heck of an accomplishment. But before we write that off, let's get through the 8th inning with Bill Wilson. Jim Hart leads it off. 66 skies to center. Bobby Bonds, 4-11. Left X. Oh boy, Luzinski's out there and left. That'll be a triple. Not much you can do with Luzinski. He'll be that way. He's just starting. I mean, you're gonna have to deal with that, Philadelphia, for a while. Sorry, because he's gonna hit you 35, 40 home runs pretty soon. So you're willing to deal with that. They're gonna bring the infield up for Ron Hunt. 1-3. Sac fly to center. Hurts himself. Need a new second baseman. Giants players are getting injured left and right. Jose Herrera will go to second now. He was in left. And Hart will go to left. And I guess Fran Healy will take that spot as the DH. And McCovey. 65, center. 6-1 in the ninth. Marichal needs 3 outs. Dick Allen leads off. 66, guys to center. Tim McCarver, 310, flies to right. And Kurt Flood, 4-4. You think it's a good roll, but then you look down, you see it's homer 1, fly ball the rest. And of course, you get the fly ball the rest. Marichal did enough. He did more than enough. He gave up 1 run in 9 innings. It seems like if the guy doesn't throw a shutout, it's a disappointment. But yeah, Marichal made the Philly bats tamed. This third inning, all those singles, and all they could get was 1 run out of it. That was the killer. And then the Dick Dietz doubles here in the third and the seventh, and that's your ball game, pretty much. 7 hits from Marichal, a run that was earned, a walk, 4 strikeouts, another complete game. He is still going for his second Cy Young Award, which will decide. All the awards will be done at the end of the postseason tournament for the playoffs. That's Rookie of the Year, Cy Young, MVP, and Commissioner's Award. So that'll be fun to compile that. Bill Wilson came on to face Ken Henderson. He pitched okay. That single was off of defense. So he gave up a hit and a K, but a leadoff triple in the 8th. 2 hits, a run, and a K for Bill Wilson. Grant Jackson, he battled. He tried to keep the Giants off their mark a little bit, but all those runs were earned. 6 walks and a strikeout. 1009, 0108, 610, 17, 14, 62, 62, 14. And the Giants make quick work of the Phillies. And the Giants and Stros, who we thought would advance, took care of business. Taking care of business, we'd like to see that. We've seen a lot of this. I'll go through teams that have decided they want to grab this playoff in commanding form. I'll do that after we get this box. Phillies almost had a 500 season. They finished a game under. But let's break up a Giants team that actually finished in the dead heat with the Dodgers. Unfortunately, dead heat isn't good enough because the Giants lost head-to-head best of sevens to the Dodgers before and after the All-Star break. So all they have to do is sit there and spin and go what might have been. No big deal for the Giants. Instead of the number 3 seed the Dodgers get, they have a number 5 seed, and they get to go to Las Vegas, which is a good get. They got a weak opponent. They hit in 262, 353 ERA. The Giants are. Marichal, 9-3 with 8 complete games. His ERA, higher than usual, 275. His card has him as a 225 ERA, but we'll deal with that in an offense league. Sam McDowell has been the Robin to Batman this year, something that Gaylord Perry was not in years past. So they have a 2-man pitching staff. Those 2 guys are 15-6. Ron Bryant could do better. He's 2-6. The Phillies, I'm guessing Dick Allen's MVP candidacy might not. It's going to be close, but we all know that Johnny Bench is going to win the thing anyway. Who are we kidding, right? The Phillies, 19-20, hitting 252 with a 380 ERA. You're wondering about lefty, 7-6, and the ERA's not pretty either, folks. 7-6 with a 370 ERA with that 72 card. It's tough. If you want to pull the upset, that card's got to do better. Grant Jackson finishes the year 3-2. But look at the innings pitch disparity. Carlton pitched 124 innings, and Jackson, Lersch, and Jerry Johnson combined to pitch 56 innings, which is pretty astonishing, really. that they put Carlton in there as much as they possibly can, the maximum number of appearances he could go. Dick Allen has 18 homers and 35 RBI. He may end the season as the home run leader. The average is not the greatest. Well, he's 272. It was below 250. 57 strikeouts. But Johnny Bench is going to have over 50 RBI, and he's the MVP on the best team in the National League. So that's it tonight. From the National League, we got our playoff field set up. Thanks for checking out the video. We'll see you next time.